Hello, it has been a minute since I've posted a video. This is Francia coming to you from the ATL. I don't know, it was good to get stuff off my chest in my writing about my history and everything. There's so much I didn't even include, like testifying for the union in New York for an editorial assistant position, getting the position classified as a union job. I was proud of that, but it kind of wrecked my career a little at that establishment. I lost the job because I testified pro-union. What else? I'm bipolar. A lot of you know that because you've been reading my writing a long time. One of the weird things I deal with is that I'll have weird pains on my body. If I have a thought and I'm thinking of something, something might pain me. Like, people would say that's intuition or your gut, but it's annoying. It's annoying. I'm tired of my intuition, but I'm not sure what is. It's just part of, I guess, my illness. I don't know. But I'm actually a very productive person. I think some people may think that all my writings are AI. They're not. They're edited, grammar, like spelling errors, and verb-noun agreement stuff, grammar stuff. But my writing is my writing. And sometimes I feel like I see stuff that is related to me in the public sphere because, I've been on Facebook and Google and Apple and Instagram, all that, Meta, Substack for a long time. And sometimes I see stuff, I'm like, that looks kind of familiar. Like the movie, The Isle of Bell. What is it? A Morgan Freeman movie. Anyway, that movie was about my Uncle Earl with my Uncle Monty's name, with Uncle Earl's best friend Charlotte as the main character. That was definitely a story from my family. Nobody could tell me that story wasn't from my family. Nobody couldn't tell me that story. And the main character was a writer. Maybe that's just a coincidence, but it just felt really like the names. Who has an uncle named Monty? I mean, come on. That is my uncle's name. And both of them passed. So who's going to have the rights to their stories now that they've passed? But I know that's their stories. That's their story. I know it's Earl's story. I saw it and I was like, wow, even the same names. All same names. It's creepy. The internet's a creepy place. It can be very creepy. I don't know. I just think of how The Matrix and what was it? The Terminator series was stolen. That was stolen. They settled for a lot of money. I keep thinking of that because I know my stuff is all out there because I I've been posting so publicly for so long. And I do all original photography, all original artwork. Yeah. Everything is original. I'm original. I just feel like I have to say that. And I feel like people want me, like, I've written a children's book, a novel. I have a book of essays coming out because I've written over 200 essays. In my past, in college, I've written hundreds and hundreds of articles. In my career, I have profiled judges. I've been a manuscript editor. I've done the advertising side, working accounts, doing the coordinating for accounts. Media is me. I'm, Harlem Mama was around for a long time, and I took it down because as my children got older, I wanted to give them their privacy. So I took it down. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just not public anymore because it told of the private lives of my children. And they're grown now, and they don't need that. But I also had a lot of good stuff on just politics and essays on just what you find on my Substack. I've been doing that a long time. But I'm just like, and now I'm so forgetful. Like, I'll be like, that looks so, like, I got menopause brain fog. So I'm dealing with a lot in just aging. It's just life. But the pains are annoying. Like it's almost like, see, I've been on every medicine in the psychiatry realm that I can think of. And the medicine I'm on now, Invega and Cymbalta and Wellbutrin, kind of make me a happy person. Basically, I guess they're my happy pills. They just stabilize me, and I think they're great. They work. I'm fine. But I don't know what nerve damage has been done to me being on so many different medications, because my nerves seem to be shot, because the little nerve pains in my body are just awful. And it comes after a thought. That's why I try to meditate or listen to music a lot, because when I think, there's a response, and that's hella annoying. If I think too hard, there's a physical response in my body somewhere. And why? What? That makes no sense. But that's something I have to deal with, so I just take it as nerve damage. I don't know. Weird. But I think a lot of my things have been pilfered. A lot of my storyline that is public is out there. And I think AI actually probably uses it for other people, generate other people's questions or requests, because it's public. So that's why I am writing my book of essays and rewriting my novel, which I wrote under the pen name P.L. James. But I'm going to rewrite that novel to make it, I just want to give it a better ending and a little more structure. And I'm getting professional help. I've joined the Atlanta Writers Club. So hopefully I'll be getting a mentor soon that could help me with marketing and ideas for storylines. Actually submitted a poem about Tyree Nickel. Oh, well, let me not tell you about it because it's actually being submitted. So I have to see if I win or something for it before I talk about it. So, and I remember I wrote this story in the Red and Black. There was a feminist story that I was responding to in a column. And I just basically told some personal stuff, some hard stuff. And I remember the people in the newsroom gave me claps and whatever and a few months later they say, well, we submitted it and you won a Hearst Award. And I'm like, I did? And I didn't know if they were joking or what because I didn't get any notification or anything. And when I went back and looked, there was no sign of my name winning a Hearst. So I just said, okay, maybe it was a joke, but it felt like it, and it sounded real, and I'm not making that up. This really happened in the newsroom that I was in, and so much has just not surfaced that I've done, because I remember my major was publication management, so I was all about online, like before online news was happening, and I wanted databases. I was all about the database. Like, if we're going to write an article, we need to submit a searchable engine, and I wanted a database. And I remember the Google director or owner at the time, Sergey Brin, actually called my newsroom and wanted to speak to me. But he called me during close, which is the end of the day when everybody is hectic at the newspaper and you're editing a million stuff and you're doing all this stuff. So I didn't have time to talk to him. And of course I didn't have his number, so I couldn't return the phone call. But he did call me. And I would love to have finished that conversation. Because he ended up building a really nice, big, massive database. And that's it, I guess, whatever. I'm not Google, but basically, I was trying to get the newspapers to build their own personal databases. That was the focus of my college life. Sorry, my dog is snoring. But anyway, like, I'm just, you know what it also makes me think of? Henrietta Lacks. She gave her cells. Do you know how much of my blood and brain waves have been studied or like medicine checked to see how I'm responding to stuff? every time I was hospitalized, somebody comes around, checks on me, shows me my medication, gives me a different dose of medication, says try this, and then I go to sleep, and then I react one way or I react another way. But I've been a test subject for decades trying to get this medication right. And I'm tired. I feel like I'm Henrietta Lacks. I could tell you how people, how a black woman is might respond to stuff. If they so care what happens to black women. But if you check our maternal mortality rates, you can see they kind of don't care what happens to us. But I'm just saying, I've been around a long time. This gray is gray for a reason. I've been through some shit. And seeing that movie just pissed me off. How dare you use my deceased uncle's story? How dare you?